it's Rachel and today I have a new polymer clay charm update for you. So let's just get straight into it because I've got quite a bit to show you today. So the first two charms I have to show you here are actually Christmas charms, and it's what, like May now, and I still haven't shown you these, so that's how long I haven't done one of these videos for. But both of these are tutorial charms, so I'll leave those linked down below. This one's a Rudolph cupcake charm, and then this one is like a little kitten wearing an oversized Christmas sweater. So I've painted on some like little details, and it's got sort of like a trimming around the outside and the little legs poking out, and then there's a tail on the back. Next up, I just have this little figurine to celebrate reaching 90,000 followers on Instagram and also 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. So this one features Malang, the little bunny character, and it's just on kind of like, I don't know, like a little island base, and there's some purple roses, and there's a little 90k there in some gold clay. Then next up I have a huge figurine, and I'm sure you've actually maybe seen this if you've been subscribed to me for a little while now, but I haven't shown this in like a clay update. So this here is my forest figurine, and this was made for a commission for Stephen Morris, who wanted a foresty clay scene to use on one of his albums that he was creating. So he recorded like video game styled like background music and asked me if I could create this scene because he really liked my miniatures, and this is like what I came up with. So it's a mixture of clay, resin for like the pond and the little river, and then I've also got like a few textured parts for the grass and the trees that you can see there. I did make a whole other separate video showing how I made this and explaining everything, so I'll leave that link down below. Also, to go with that, I made a few other separate pieces just for like photos and promotional stuff. So I have this separate tree here, and then I also have the little letters that were used on the album art to make the title. So that's just what those ones look like. They were made using granite clay, and then I added some like moss using polymer clay. And as you can see here, it spells out Forest VGM, which just means Forest Video Game Music. And then due to demand after people saw that figurine, I then was requested a ton of times to make a tutorial on the little gnome included on the figurine. So this is what this one turned out like. Again, I'll leave a link down in the description box below if you're interested. And this one's super shiny because I actually glazed it with some UV resin, which I was experimenting with, and I actually really like glazing my charms with that now, so I might do like a video on how I do that exactly. Next up, I have a few different cupcake charms. So I started making some loaded cupcakes. This was the first one. So this is like a chocolatey themed one, and as you can see, the base is swirled, and then it just has a bunch of different toppings. So this one's got like an ice cream scoop, some little wafers, some cream, and a cookie with some chocolate drizzle as well. So that was the first one. I then made these two. So this one here is meant to be like a chocolate caramel sort of one, and there's the toppings for that one. And then this one was a chocolate mint. So again, the base is swirled, and then it's just got different toppings on top of the cupcake corresponding to the flavour. And then I was just playing around with a few different ideas, and I came up with this one, which is a galaxy loaded cupcake. So the base is glittery and has my galaxy clay on it, in it, I don't know. And then on top I've just got like a few different toppings, all in like a pinky, purple, blue sort of theme. And then it's got some glittery stars and a little moon as well. Then this last cupcake here isn't exactly a loaded cupcake, but it does have stuff on it, I guess. This is just like a little pink rose one. So it has a blue base, and then it's got some whipped cream. It's got a very pretty pink pearly rose on top with a little pearly leaf, some gold micro marbles, and then I also added a little gemstone there as well. And then speaking of the galaxy clay, I actually made a new galaxy clay tutorial, and this one is on pastel galaxy clay. So this is just like the little sample piece I made for the video, and I'll leave that one linked down below if you're interested. Next up, I made this miniature fish pond. So everything is clay except for the water, which I used UV resin. So it's just got like some reeds, a lily pad, and there's a little goldfish in there. And then also the sand is using my polymer clay sand tutorial. Then a few very simple charms that I have tutorials on. Again, these are also glazed with resin as well. This one is a Kawaii pastel radio. Then I have this simple flat back pushing charm. And as you can see, very shiny. And then just this little kawaii bee charm. I was then making some star charms for my shop, and I decided to keep some for myself. So I have these three. This one here is using the pastel galaxy clay, like the same sort of stuff I just showed you in the sample. And then these ones, I was trying to make like a rainbow glittery clay mix, and then I didn't know what color eyes I wanted to do. So I did a brown sample and a black sample, and I actually ended up going for the black ones, I think. I don't know, but so there's those two. Here I have a few cute little ravioli charms, and all in different shapes. So I have this circle one, and then they've all just got some like sauce splattered on them with a little leaf. So that's the circular one, and then like the semicircle crescent sort of one. And then I have two squares, so I made just a regular happy one. And then this one here is a little sad one because he's been bitten, and then on the inside you can see the filling, so I kind of made it like spinach and cheese or spinach and ricotta. So I really like how they turned out. Then next up I have some donuts, like, well, quite a few donuts actually, because I went on a little donut splurge. So I made a few themed ones. So here I have a bunch of fruit ones. This one's a strawberry. Then to go along with it, I've got an orange one. I have a lemon one and a lime one. And these ones all have glitter on the icing too, if you've seen that. I've got a blueberry one, a grape one, and then also, just to be unhealthy, because everyone likes being unhealthy, I have this chocolate one. So I love the way they turned out, and they look very colourful together. Then for the other donuts, I was just playing around with some different clay. So here I have two galaxy donuts. This one, as you can see, is just a regular one using the regular galaxy mix with the traditional like blue and purples. And then I have one of the pastel galaxy ones. I then have this one, which has some holographic icing on it. And it's a bit hard to see in this lighting, so I'll try and show you in some better lighting. And then I've recently purchased some other like powder pigments. So I got some color shifting chameleon pigments, they're called, and I made some donuts with those. So here you can see, oops. So I have two different types. As you can see, this one looks purple and this one looks like green. But as you move, like from, what am I trying to say? As you move like different positions and in different lighting, it changes. So this one shifts from a purple to like a greeny yellow sort of color, depending on where you look at it. And then this one here shifts from like green to blue to purple, which I think is really cool. So I just, I made the icing with like just black clay, and then I rubbed the pigments on top of that, and that's how that turned out. And then I have another one that I used, I had like a blue base, and I put on some of this like the blue chameleon pigment and made a little mermaid donut. So this one's a little bit harder to see, but you can see it's kind of like bluey aqua, and then if I turn it this way it goes purple or like a dark blue. And I also just experimented with those pigments on some stars and some planets. So here are the two different stars, and as you can see they're shifting colour. And then I also made some little kawaii planets. And then just a few more holo creations with my new holo powder. I also did a planet with the holo. And it's a bit hard to see the mouth on this one, but it does have a little mouth. And then I made a holo Pokeball. And then also a holo pineapple charm, which I actually think would look really cool if I had like a gold holo mix. Then it would sort of actually look like a pineapple, but instead it's just like, I don't know, a silver pineapple. In here I have a little hedgehog charm, and this is a painted charm. So I used white clay as my base, and then I used acrylic paints to paint it. And I was sort of going for like a watercolor kind of effect. So here I've used like aquas, blues, pinks and purples. And I made a whole bunch of these little hedgehogs so I could do like different color schemes and stuff. I then also recently bought a new candy mold. So here I've made some little candies. This one here, and they're all like themed, sort of like loaded candies, so I'll just show you them all. This one's a little like ocean, under the sea themed one. So it's got a blue base, and then it's got some sand on the bottom, polymer clay sand. And then some shells, some seaweed or reeds, and then a starfish. This purple one over here is a floral one. So it's got a purple like opal base to it, and then it's just got a bunch of like leaves and flowers. And then this pink one over here also has an opal base to it, and it's got some slices of fruit. Next up for Valentine's Day, I just made this little like heart waffle, which is pink, and then it has some chocolate sauce, a heart and a strawberry. So nothing too special, but I made this for an Instagram collab that I'm in. And then around Easter time I decided I wanted to do a clay tutorial, so I decided to do it on these charms, and these are Kawaii Easter eggs. I have 3 different ones. There's this blue one with white polka dots, and as you can see here the chocolate part's sticking out, and then I've just got some like real foil attached around the outside to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then I've got this purple one with some pink polka dots. And as you can see, I've only glazed like the wrapper part, so then this chocolate part looks more realistic. And then I've got a pink egg, and this one has some little flowers painted on it. And I really like this one. I think it's probably my favourite out of the 3. Again, for the Instagram collab that I'm in, the theme for one of the weeks was weather. So I made these 2 charms. I have a little kawaii rain cloud, and just got 2 drops of rain, and then I've got like a cute little storm cloud. So very simple, but I really like how those ones turned out. Then next up, inspired by my food I ate one night, I decided to make a little slice of garlic bread. So it's got a little face, as you can see, and then I've just textured and shaded all the bread parts and added some like little, the little herby bits. Is it parsley? I think it is. So I added that using some green clay. And then the very last 2 charms for this charm update are actually from my most recent clay tutorials. So I firstly have this one, which is a Starbucks unicorn Frappuccino. So it just looks like that. It's got glitter on top of the cream there, and then a little green straw, and then a sort of like marbled like base as the drink. And then this one here is my Kawaii Gumball machine. So most of this is clay except for like this middle part here, which is a glass like little orb I got from Miniature Sweet, and then these are miniature sprinkles. So because like they are stuck in there, it is interactive, so they do move around. And there you have it. That is everything that I've made for my own personal clay collection since the last charm update. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for lots more clay videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!